Hello, sweet souls. Welcome to Guy Fairy Tarot. Thank you for being here. I hope you're having an excellent day so far. This message is going to be general and collective, so please only take what resonates, okay? So the pre-shuffle was a little bit confusing. I've taken a break to kind of like get new energy because the same thing was repeating and repeating. But it looks like a trickster that has held a leadership position is now retreating because of something. Because of secrets. There are secrets, I feel like, that are coming to light that are causing a trickster that has been in a leadership position somewhere to retreat. They're giving up on something. A secret. There's been a diversion. They've been trying to divert people's attention away from secrets that they were keeping. This is going to ruin their reputation. Their reputation is going to be absolutely ruined. And this is why the reason for the diversion was so that they could save their reputation, which it does not seem like that's going to happen because they're having to retreat now. Somebody is having to retreat. They're having to self-reflect. Someone needs to do some self-reflection. Is that all? Okay, I feel like that's all. Usually I do too, but we're just going to leave it with the one. What are we self-reflecting on here? Self-reflection. What is this? Somebody's self-reflecting on the secrets that they were keeping. Is this the leader? Is this the leader? They're going through a dark night of the soul because they have unexpressed grief. There's grief about what they've done. The soul's longing and a fear of failure. So that was the reason behind everything that they've done, was because they didn't want to fail. There's a fear of failure here. They've been telling themselves a story. There's a narrative that they've been telling themselves about who they are. And this is not who they are in reality. This leader, a leader who's a trickster, who's been creating a diversion, trying to save their reputation. And as they reflect, everything that they have done has been out of a fear of failure. They want to succeed so bad that they're willing to do anything. No, not right now, Kat. Sacred rest. Self-reflection, sacred rest. Deep transformation requires balance. Exhaustion is not a badge of honor. So they're trying to balance something out through deep transformation. Inner critic and the soul's longing. Okay, so they're self-reflecting, someone's resting, they're being critical of themselves, they're suffering from self-doubt, and they're realizing that they've neglected self-love. Okay, so I feel like maybe there's strength and vulnerability as well, perfectionism trap. So we may be talking about someone else. Is this the same person, a crooked person that was in a leadership position, or is this someone else? Somebody wants a deeper connection. They've been challenging their voice of self-doubt, recognizing that it was their past conditioning that is creating this self-doubt. Somebody's following their intuition and they're hopeful for the future. Okay, so I feel like this is somebody else. This is not this person that was in a leadership position. I do not know what that has to do with this reading, but we will see. Okay, what is this? Self-reflection, sacred rest. Deep transformation requires balance. What's this balance? What's the balance? Spirit, abundance. Somebody needs to find balance when it comes to their finances, maybe, or balance out what their idea of abundance means, like what abundance means, of the, like transitioning to an abundant mindset, knowing that you have enough, knowing that you will have enough, not being fearful of the future. This is something that somebody is transforming, as well as their curiosity. You're eager to learn and uncover new truths, stay open-minded and explore new ideas, but balance enthusiasm with thoughtful reflection. Okay, so again, with the balance here and reflection. So somebody's going through self-reflection, and they're recognizing that they need to balance out something, and I feel like it is a mindset surrounding money. All right. What else? Sacred rest. Stability. Exactly. Okay, so stability, money. They're curious about how to change this. They're reflecting on how to find balance. Okay, what's the inner critic? Challenge the voice of self-doubt. It is often shaped by past conditioning, not the truth. Okay, what's the inner critic here? Prosperity. Okay, so they're being critical of themselves. Like someone wishes, they expected that they would be further in life than they are where they're at right now. Like maybe, you know, they're getting up in years and they don't have as much as they thought that they would, and they're being very critical of themselves. And maybe this is like based upon a mindset that they had when they were younger, or based on like a mindset of people that they grew up with and stuff, you know. So like, what does prosperity mean really? You can't base it off of others' opinions. It has to come from within. So like, what do you think is prosperity? Like what does success mean to you, right? Okay, what else is inner critic? Prosperity. Somebody's being critical of a quest for a legacy. Yeah, so they thought they would be further in life. They're on a mission to leave something maybe to their kids. They're on a mission to like leave a name for themselves. A time of abundance and fulfillment has arrived. Celebrate the stability and connection you've built. This is the foundation of your lasting legacy, bringing joy to future generations. Okay, so they're being critical with themselves about the abundance that they have, maybe the connections that they've made throughout their life, or like the lack thereof, like they should have more connections at where they are. Driven by dreams and emotional pursuits, you seek fulfillment with passion. Focus on your goals while staying true to your heart's desires. What's the soul's longing? Soul's longing, Holy Spirit. Hope, completion, and struggle. Oh, wow. Okay, so they're really wanting this time of difficulty to be over. They're hopeful for their future. They want the struggle to be over. Their soul is longing for a struggle to be over, and maybe this is like what they're working towards here. Exploring something, exploring a deception intuitively. There's an opportunity. Someone took an opportunity and they're going to lose a fortune. Momentum because of the choices that they made. They need to rest, gather their strength. Everything's a mystery surrounding a relationship, and maybe why somebody walked away from a collaboration to move on to calmer waters, to transform their anxiety. It took a lot of patience and self-mastery as well as planning in order for them to do this. They had to take authority of their situation as well. Celebrate the little things, like find harmony as well as independence. They're ready for an adventure. Somebody here is ready for an adventure. After self-reflecting, this is what has happened after somebody has self-reflected. They've gotten rest. Okay, been critical of themselves. They've like gone through and confronted their shadows. This is part of the dark night of the soul situation. They've confronted their shadows. They've been critical of themselves, as well as like, you can be critical of yourself, but it's really just because you want the best, right? It's your higher self saying, hey, this is what's up. This is where you went wrong. Recognize that you've gone wrong, but don't let it eat you up inside, right? Like, forgive yourself. That is part of the dark night of the soul. So their soul is longing for a struggle to be over. They're hopeful for their future, and they know that something is going to end, and it's going to end well, maybe after self-reflection. Okay. This is positive. I like this. This is something different. Somebody move quickly with an agreement or information. Excuse me. Moving quickly with a cup of love. Somebody wants to come in quickly to offer with a new love offer. Somebody wants a new beginning, a burden. Somebody's burden, abundance. They're burdened by the lack of abundance. A King of Cups. The King of Cups is burdened by a lack of abundance. Because they took a bribe for a betrayal. Or someone is burdened by a King of Cups because there was a money gift or a betrayal, a gift of a betrayal. What is this? High Priestess. Intuition. Trying to betray somebody. Somebody here intuitively knew a betrayal in regards to a home. Okay, so it's like a money gift and a home. A betrayal surrounding these two things. A King of Cups is under judgment. Okay, what is curiosity and stability? No, baby. I love you. Curiosity and stability. So they're curious, seek rest. So after resting, this is why their abundance is impacted. Okay, this person is burdened because a King of Cups that they were involved with, maybe a water sign. This could be a father figure or a brother or a cousin or even just a coworker or somebody. Okay, so they're burdened by this person did something behind their back with their home. A King of Cups was bribed to like stab this person in the back in regards to either a job or a home. Stability of some sort, and they're under judgment now. This is what somebody called judgment, and that's why their abundance is suffering, because they called judgment on a situation. And I do feel like it's a job. They were betrayed at a job. A King of Cups, a water sign masculine, is a burden. This person was a burden, and this is like a tangible gift. Okay. Something happened quickly. Curious, stability. Yeah, this all happened. Something happened very, very fast. This person quickly called judgment on a King of Cups who was burdening this person intentionally. I feel like they took money to either fire this person or to fuck them out of equity from their home or something. I'm not sure. But they moved quickly in order to move on to calmer waters. So I feel like this King of Cups is somebody that's outside of this person. Whoever is doing the self-reflection in this situation, this is either you, collective, or this is somebody that you're connected to in some way. This person has called judgment on a situation involving a King of Cups. They acted quickly, and they're moving on to calmer waters here, away from an illusion that had them really stressed out. There was an illusion that had them really stressed out. Okay, what is because they had information, some sort of information. What's this information? The truth? Okay, all right. Well, that sums it up pretty much. This person had the truth. Okay, they knew the truth, they had the truth, and they decided that it would be maybe in their best interest to move on to calmer waters, away from a situation, a job, a person, a home. Okay, what else? Why is this person burdened by the truth? They took the information, they took the truth, and they decided that they were going to leave. They took a risk. They took a leap of faith. A risk, because they were burdened. All right. So how this person has been critical of themselves because of a legacy, because they're on a quest to leave a legacy, and they're not as far because they're broke. Okay. They're broke. That's why they're taking a leap of faith. They're taking a leap of faith to get away from this King of Cups, because I feel like they are. They're losing money. They're losing time. They're losing resources. Something that this King of Cups is doing to this person is burdening them, okay? And it doesn't matter how hard they work or how long they work, they're still broke. That's why they've taken a risk. They know the truth, information about this person, and this is either them calling judgment on a job and like leaving a job, or them calling judgment on a person, or this is actual like legal repercussions for some sort of truth that they know, a burden of truth about a King of Cups, and that's why they left. Okay, so they're broke, and this is why they're being critical of themselves. And a King of Wands. A King of Wands. This means that they're passionate. They're passionate about moving forward. They have fire still. Even though they're broke, they're not giving up. They're going to turn their life around. Yeah. They're determined to turn things around. And they're not brokenhearted. They are brokenhearted. They're coming out of heartbreak. Somebody's coming out of heartbreak from a thief or a liar. There was somebody stealing from this person behind the scenes, and this person broke their heart. They were untempered, like imbalanced. Somebody before was very imbalanced and potentially a thief. Identity thief, using this person's either broken heart against them, or using an emotional tie to another person against them. That's what I'm feeling from this. They're getting over somebody in the past, and it's not this King of Cups. Who is this? Who's this imbalanced thief that this person has been dealing with? They're healing, and they put up boundaries with somebody. A King of Wands is healing and putting up boundaries with a whole group of people. It's maybe not just a love interest. They really want to hold on. Somebody thought that they would be able to hold on, because this person is under contract for... There's a contract. Wow, hang on. There's a contract for a love offer. There's a contract for a new beginning. This collaboration thought that they would be able to hold on and maybe get a new beginning with the contract with this King of Wands that has walked away from a job because they know the truth about a King of Cups. Okay, what else? And they're trapped. This contract... This has somebody trapped. Somebody was expected to win at all costs with a love offer. They thought they'd be able to win at all costs with a new beginning, but actually no, they're going to jail. This contract. However, they thought they'd be able to hold on to this person if a King of Wands would have stayed where they were, they would have gone to jail. Okay. Yeah, it was like entrapment. It feels like something was entrapment with messages. There's messages about a love offer, and somebody intentionally trying to trap somebody here. What else, Spirit? And this may be somebody that they have a family with. This may be somebody either in their family or in your family, collective 1010. A family and a whole lot of money trying to get somebody trapped. A moment of enlightenment maybe about somebody giving and receiving money, or giving and receiving time, money, or assets in order to receive something from a relationship. Somebody was rejected, so they wanted to fight for the kids. But then the other person took their wand and walked away. Somebody emotionally walked away and stopped sleeping with somebody. And that's why another person wanted to fight for their kids. They thought they'd be able to move forward with this because they were painting a picture. They were inspired to make somebody depressed because they made a decision to give a love offer to a Queen of Swords. Okay, you want to go out? Okay, hang on. Yeah. Who was working on their money? Page of Pentacles. A Queen of Swords who received money, like good money news from their job on the internet. Somebody's going to have a successful job on the internet, and that's what this person has made a decision. Maybe this person made a decision to change their situation, and another person wanted to fight back. They wanted to fight back, and it was maybe like trying to get custody of the kids just out of revenge, you know? Which is psychotic behavior. If a person doesn't want to be with you, why are you going to use the kids as a tool? It's very strange behavior. Leverage, tool, leverage. That's very damaging to a child, to treat them in such a way that they're like a middleman, or yeah. The Empress. An Empress. Which is giving me a child's mother. A child's mother did not like that somebody else here is moving on, that this person has gone within, that they did self-reflection and they figured out what they wanted. They don't want to struggle anymore. They want to be stable. They want to leave a legacy. They want something better. They want to work with somebody else. They want to be prosperous and abundance. They want to have they want to feel curious for life again, like not be burned out all the time and like overworked and underpaid. So this person has taken a leap of faith, and potentially with you, collective, this person has taken a leap of faith in order to improve their situation, which is wonderful. This is beautiful news. This cat, it's very, okay. Go, go, go. Come on, Kiki. I know, there's dogs out here, cat. You're not going to want to go out there, so just chill, okay? It's fine. You're going to be fine, I promise. Just a little bit longer. You're going to be fine. Okay, so let's see what else. Self-reflection. This person has rested. They have faced their demons, and they're coming out on the other side. Let's see, what else do we want here? Support and loan. So this person may need money, loan support, deceit, and health. Positive health. Okay, so I'm not sure. What are this person's true intentions? A reconnection. I feel like this reconnection is going to be healthy. It's going to be a healthy reconnection, but they may need money. Yeah. A reconnection in the past. This person's not over you. That's why they want to take a leap of faith to come in your direction. Somebody is very jealous of this, though. Again, going back to whoever that other person is that is showing up. Okay, what else? Can we get this person's intention, Spirit, please? A status in reverse. So maybe this person has given up caring about their status, their reputation so much. Gaslight. I will deliberately manipulate your perception of reality until you're doubting your own experiences and memories. So I feel like this is still this person. Like maybe in the past they've been gaslit in the past to maybe believe that status was more important. To believe that status was more important than really that it is, because it does not freaking matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, what else? Lust in reverse. Okay, what else? What else, Spirit? Positive. And this kind of came out sideways. Is this supposed to, how is this? Okay. My intentions are pure and I want only to elevate and improve your life. So this person is not feeling lustful towards you, or maybe in general towards anyone, but they have good intentions. Their intentions are pure. Sabotage and a big favor. What is that? What is this? So somebody wants to sabotage you? Great news in reverse. So this is not great news. Something is not great news. This person is trying to sabotage you. A reconnection and check-in. What else? Past. Somebody tried to check in with you in the past. This is not love. They want to see where you stand, maybe, and get some advice from you. No laughter, no false promises, and no secrets. It's not a laughing matter. This person does not want to give you false promises, and they're not intending to hold secrets. But be careful of maybe allowing this person to sabotage you. And I'm feeling like this is not intentional. I'm deliberately, well, it says deliberately, so I'm deliberately working to undermine your efforts and place obstacles in your path. And I'm looking for a significant assistance and a large effort on your part. Come on, Kat. You can wait for just a little bit longer. This is not love. In the past, reconnection and a check-in. Check-in sideways. My wisdom is rooted in experience. I can offer a fresh perspective. Okay. So, is this the collectives person? Wait, let's get one more. Is this the collectives person, or is this somebody that this person is dealing with? It's chaos. A magnet for trouble. This person is a magnet for trouble. Deceit in reverse and obligation in reverse. So they're not deceitful. They're not. It is going to be chaotic. Something is chaotic, but at least they're not being deceitful. They're not keeping secrets. They don't want to be an obligation. You're a nuisance. I feel obligated to associate with you in reverse. So this person does not want to be a nuisance. They don't want to give you false promises. They're not laughing at you anymore. I'll be a shining light in your life and bring laughter and joy in reverse. But I feel like this means that they're not laughing at you anymore. Maybe this person was laughing at you in the past because status was very important to them, right? Like this. This person has gone, they've been doing self-reflecting, right? And so like they look at who they were. They've been like very critical of themselves because in the past status, they saw status as being like very much, very much they were either gaslit by the people around them or the people like they grew up with to think that status was more important than it is. And that's why they judged you and maybe laughed at you in the past, because you don't really care about status. You just kind of go through life and like do what you got to do, and you're not really chasing the dollar, you're not keeping up with the Joneses, you're just like doing your own thing. And this is that's different for this person. Everybody that they've been around really has like cared about status and keeping up with the Joneses and like having the next best thing and stuff, right? So anyway, so this person, I feel like they are gonna get, it's from your past, they're gonna come in, they may need your advice, they may need a loan, they want to check in and see where you're at, they want to see how you feel. Love in reverse. I'll be a positive force in your life and only want to bring you peace and happiness in reverse. So it's like, it's contradictory. It's very contradictory. So it's given me friend. Not lustful, not love. I feel like they're being honest, kind of, they're being honest, but they are bringing chaos. But it's not love, and it's not love news, and they don't have any good news. There's no good news to share with you. It's all bad, because like this person has taken a leap of faith. Somebody's desperate for closure because you said goodbye. Somebody said goodbye and they want to collaborate. Somebody's jealous that you're collaborating with somebody else. I feel like that is what is happening here. Okay, so what is this? It's so contradictory. I don't understand. Maybe that's where this person is. Maybe they are also contradictory. They don't know where they're at. They don't know where they're going. They've just lost everything that they ever valued or held important. Even their mentality. You know what I mean? Like that's a hard, like, usually you go through many dark nights of the soul, and they kind of like happen gradually to where you have your first awakening to like the negative part of yourself that you want to change, and then you have to do the soul searching and figure out exactly who you want to be and how to go about becoming that person, right? Well, I feel like this person has just done like a massive awakening to where they've seen usually what a normal person it would take them 5 dark nights of the soul to go through, which could take years. This person has gone through within 6 months. It's like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so that's just what I'm feeling here. Elevating and paid. Yeah, it's like elevating, recognizing, going to the higher level, seeing things from the clouds, like seeing everything from a bird's eye view, as well as seeing the part that you're playing with it, that like how your hands are in the mix, and understanding that what goes around comes around, right? So the way that you treat other people now is going to have an impact on you, either directly or indirectly in the future, right? Because again, time is not linear, and I also feel like sometimes we prepay karma, like there's something that we do or something that we've done in past lives or whatever. Anyway, penance and responsibility. Everybody has a responsibility to pay their dues, to ask for forgiveness, to recognize where you're going wrong, and seek that out. It is your responsibility, as far as like not only being a good family member, but being an upstanding member of society, like being in good relationships, any kind of relationship. You have a responsibility to recognize where your pitfalls are. Yeah, where you got to figure out where your pitfalls are so that you can fix them, so that your trauma and your wounds don't bleed over onto everyone around you. Because if you're a negative Nelly, that nobody likes being around a person like that, right? Like if you're just negative all the time and you are pessimistic and you just have nothing good to say, you are not raising the vibration of the collective conscious when you act that way. The only way to do that is to spread positivity, and that means not being fake love and light, but genuinely getting yourself to a point to where not only do you love yourself, but you love your life, no matter how good or bad it is, because everything is what we make it. crossing the threshold, looking in the mirror and recognizing, okay, that's where I want to be in the future. And how do I cross that threshold? How do I become that person in the mirror that I know that I want to be in the future? What actionable steps do I need to take now in order to be there? Right? In order to maybe help the universe, help God put me in that place that I want to be. You have to make the right move. Dream it and do it. Okay, what else here? This is what this person is going through. They're seeing their future self in the mirror and they're trying to do what they want to do. And I do feel like it's chaos. It's chaos up in their brain because they don't know how to get their departure. They know that they want to get on the train and they want to go. They don't know where they're going to go yet, but they know that they have to get on the train because there's nothing for them at the train station. It's like they're at a crossroads here. Maybe that is why things are so chaotic, because they don't know where they want to go. They've just slayed a dragon, a massive dragon. They're learning how to stand up for themselves. They're figuring out who they are again. Yeah, they're at a crossroads again because they just cut ties with the job. Maybe a relationship, maybe numerous relationships. And the chase. So this was something difficult. Literally, like this person, whoever they were with, they like followed them, tracked them. This is the demon that they had to slay, was this person that was like umbilical cord attached to them. They literally, like, I don't know, I feel like they followed them. This person moved and it's like almost like it's giving me stalker vibes. And somebody is integrating knowledge that they learned during this slaying of the dragon. Maybe to figure out what they want to do in the future. I know, baby. I know. And this is like throughout their lifetime too. It's like they've had to fight so hard. And they've always been in fight or flight mode. They've been in fight or flight mode for so long now that it's like they're trying to figure out what does make them happy. Where do they want to go? That is what this crossroads is. It's because like they're coming into touch with who they actually are, because they're no longer having to live in fight or flight mode. Which, like, okay, go down. Let the cat out, please. Come on, come on, please, come on. There we go. There. All right. Little quit, please. All right. Good deal. Freedom. Yeah, so they're figuring out who they are again. What else? Crossing and departure. What is this crossroads? What's the crossroads? Discovery in reverse. Well, again, it's like maybe this person isn't even looking. They haven't discovered it yet. They haven't discovered what direction to go. Yeah. At the train station, picking out the destination because they're going through an awakening. They're in the process of awakening. Or they have, okay. There are still dragons that need to be slayed. They have not awakened to everything that needs to happen. While there has been a lot that has already been awoken to and gone through, there is still stuff to go through. Like they haven't discovered their path because the path is not clear because all of the boulders have not been removed, right? It's like, okay, guardian in the road. They're very protected. They're very protected as they go down this path. You are this person's protector, maybe? Or this person is awakening to the fact that they are supposed to be your guardian on a path. On the road, what's this? This is, okay. They have not, I just got to chill. Okay, so they have not awakened to the fact yet that they're supposed to be your guardian. They're confused about which direction they're supposed to go. They don't feel comfortable. They don't know what they want. They don't know who they are or where they are right now because of what they've just gone through. Okay? And this is like nothingness. Forgiveness. You're going to be called to forgive somebody and be serene. Approach a situation with serenity. Oh. Wow. Truth. Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. So you're being called to forgive this person. I feel like this person is going to come to you. The call, forgiveness, nothingness. Okay. So you're going to need to be serene. You're going to have to stay zen. You're going to have to maybe meditate on a situation. Okay. They need forgiveness. Somebody here has done something and they're going to admit it to you. So, and it's the truth. You need to approach the truth. But this is the threshold. Okay. This person telling you the truth or exposing the truth or being honest with you about something is the threshold that they need to cross in order to reach, I feel like, this next level of awakening. Once this person exposes the truth to you, okay, and you approach this person with forgiveness as well as serenity, because you're going to be expecting this, okay? This is your heads up. You're going to be expecting whatever this person is going to bring to you. So you're not going to freak out about it. You're going to just be zen. You're going to meditate. And then you're going to end up forgiving them. Okay. Again, if you say no, that you're never going to forgive this person, well, then this probably isn't for you. For whoever I'm reading for here, they're going to bring you the truth. They're going to approach you with the truth in order to cross a threshold to you forgiving them. And once you forgive them, that is when they will come to discover their calling. They will awaken. They're going to awaken to their calling of being your guardian on this hard, difficult road that you need to go on. You are on a spiritual path. You're on a very important mission. And this person has been put in your path to be your guardian. Because you can't be focused on safety all the time, because you are more focused on doing your divine mission, and this person is supposed to be a partner and a guardian for you. Okay. All right. Yeah. And this is going to surface because surfacing, this person needs to come out from underwater. They're in their emotions here. They're in their emotions. They want to ask for your forgiveness. Okay. And they just want to kind of skip forward to the aftermath. They know that they understand. This came out like this, actually. It's surfacing. They're coming out of their emotions. Okay. They're awakening to the fact. They're coming out of the water, awakening to the fact that it is their responsibility to be your helper as well. Okay. This person is also very wise. Not only are they very strong and very protective, they're a protector, but the number one thing here is they need to get through these challenges. They need to get through these challenges as well as cut ties with maybe this person who is a drinker or has addictions or something like that. Okay, so they need to get to the aftermath of this ordeal and become free from this dark night of the soul that's trying to eat them up. Okay, but they intuitively know, or I feel like their steps are intuitively guided. Okay. They were guided to you in the beginning. Maybe you guys were separated or something. You called it quits for this person, with this person. I have no idea what happened. Whatever the situation is, they're going to come to you with the truth. Okay. And it's very important for you to respond, right? Respond with wisdom and not react to, whatever they're bringing to you may make you angry. It may make you angry, but understand that you're going to be rewarded, okay? Not only is it a reward that you actually get the truth, but also it's a reward in the fact that this person has done self-reflection. They've healed. Not only for you, but I feel like also this person they've been lacking a lot of joy in their life, and it's because they've been tied to people who were unhealthy for them. And they just, when you get stuck in the matrix and you think you're obligated to people, maybe that you have not only unknowingly tied yourself to, but unnecessarily tied yourself to, or maybe there's familial ties here. Somebody's awakening to the fact that their friends and family just are not the people friends, families, and co-workers. I mean, like family and co-workers, or friends and co-workers kind of go hand in hand, because a lot of times you make friends with your co-workers. But this person is awakening to the fact that these people were not who they said that they were, not who that this person thought that they were. So a lot of things are changing, but they want to come to tell you the truth, and they want you to forgive them. And I think it would be wise to do that, because you guys are intended to be maybe not be together, but you guys are in, I mean, you're supposed to, I feel like your destinies, your journeys are intertwined, and it is because, yeah, this person is supposed to help you and be your guardian, as well as like an intelligent, wise guide. Okay? All right, I'm going to leave it there, collective. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye.